Hi guys, it's Emily from Noble Novels and welcome to today's video. This is my gratitude journal, September 2023. So I'm actually quite good. I'm filming this on the Monday and this will be going live on the Friday. And the cat's gone crazy. She'll be another thing to say. Thank you for. So, as always, I like to do this once a month. I like to be thankful for things. I like to do my gratitude journal, obviously gratitude, thankfulness. And I really enjoy doing it. I know they don't always necessarily get the best views, but for me, this video is something that's important to me because it reminds me, even in a time of chaos and a time when I feel like rubbish at times, I think to be grateful for things and remember what's important will keep me going. I think at the moment, obviously, I think you guys know that it's coming into the winter months. So my chronic pain is getting worse. I'm having perimenopausal symptoms. Sorry, blokes. So it's making all my joints hurt, and it's meaning that I am preparing myself. So to think positive is very important because it will make the other stuff bearable. I am grateful for a lot of things, and before I start with all the things that have happened in September, I'm grateful for you guys. I'm grateful for my channel growth. I'm grateful for my friends online. And I'm grateful for the community that's BookTube because without you guys, I don't know where I'd be. I had a conversation with one of my lovely colleagues at work and he is a lovely guy. They all are lovely there. But he asked me why I worked at Baz Books. So this is one of the things. I'm starting not doing it in order. One of the things I'm grateful for is my voluntary job at Baz Books charity shop, and that is for Sebastian Action Trust. If you want to know more about that charity, it's a charity that really does support communities and families with children that have got life debilitating or life illnesses and stuff. I am grateful for Baz Books. He asked me why I work at Baz Books and why I do that rather than getting paid doing more hours at my physical job. And I will openly be open in the fact that I love giving back. When I'm a volunteer, volunteers do work that you don't get paid for it, so obviously it's voluntary, but you're giving back. And to me, to give back to the book community, to talk about something I love, which is books. One of the things I love a lot in the world, and one of my escapism is my books. And when I have been at my lowest, and I get anxiety and depression, and when sometimes my anxiety causes me to be sort of housebound, I can only do sort of school runs. I have special places where I'll go when my anxiety and depression is bad, and that's home. I can do school runs, I can do work, but other than home and work, I will only go to my mum's or do school runs and do stuff with the kids. So books have been my godsend when my anxiety and depression. Not just reading. When I get into a book, I can escape from the chronic pain, I can escape from the depression and the anxiety. But Baz Books, the charity shop where I work for, has become a place where it's a safe place. So when I'm in town and my anxiety flares up, or if I feel like I'm getting overwhelmed by everything, I could go to that shop and I'm safe. My boss there is amazing. No, she doesn't like being complimented, but she is great. And it is a safe place. And I can talk about books. When I'm doing this, I'm selling books to people. I'm talking about books that I've read. I donate my books to the charity shop. It is somewhere where I can go and I feel like I'm giving back to the community. Anything I do with books and things like that and giving back gives me a sense of purpose when at a time when my chronic pain will mean that I can't physically work as many hours or I can't physically do as much. To give back gives me a purpose and gives me something that I'm good at, and I love talking about books. So I am grateful for Baz Books. I'm grateful for going back there this month, and I love it. I absolutely love working there. I love talking about books, and to have 3 hours where I'm putting books on shelves, I'm seeing books when they come in, I'm getting, it's dangerous because I end up buying more books, and I'll show you that in my book haul, but yeah, it's lovely to be back there. Now, in a bit more of the order of the way things have been this month, in September, end of October, end of August, early September, we went to Windsor, which obviously I told you guys we were going to be doing. Went to a couple of charity shops, didn't really buy as many books then. I did go to The Works, because The Works in Windsor is really good, and did buy a couple of books from there, but like I said, you'll see them in the haul. But it wasn't really about that. We went to Mia got a couple of girly things, Thomas got a game, which he didn't end up liking. We walked around up near the castle, we went to some of the charity shops near there. We and then no, not charity shop. We went to some of the souvenir shops. I don't think I bought anything this time. I think Thomas or Mia might have bought something. And then we had a lovely lunch out. Went to a lovely like Wetherspoonsy kind of pub, and we had a lovely lunch out. Then we walked down to the river. May have had an ice cream, which is their ice creams. There's one of the ice cream stands by the river, and it's gorgeous. Walked down by the river, saw the birds, saw the river. I am a Pisces, and it kind of contrasts my Christian faith, but I love being near the water. I love the feeling of that calmness. When I'm near the rivers, the lakes, the sea, it's so calming, and I love that. And then on the way back, we also went and had a little walk around Winter Great Park, because we found a little place where we could park and walk around the Great Park, and that was incredible. Apart from that, I slipped and fell in a little, like my ankle went in a hole, but apart from that, it was lovely. We went there, and it was just an absolutely great time. So I'll show you guys at the end. You'll see all the pictures from the month and that, and there'll be some pictures included in that. Then Chris's birthday's at the start of the month, and we had because the kids had only just been back at school the day before, like I think they had only gone back to school the week before, so we ended up just having a chill day. His birthday was very, very chilled. We went out for lunch. I think I filmed a video. Yeah, we went out for lunch and went for lunch at Wagamama's. Had a really nice romantic meal. Had a little glass of Prosecco, just a little glass, my little treat. And then we had a barbecue, the last barbecue of the year. We had the last barbecue of the year. Unfortunately, the barbecue didn't light very well because it was probably a bit chillier. But we did have our last barbecue, and that was lovely. We just had quite a chill day, so that was a nice birthday treat for Chris. And then the kids obviously been back at school. That was something else. And Mia started secondary school. And yeah, I'm grateful for the fact that she has made new friends. I'm grateful for the fact that she has got like some bonuses. Obviously, we're getting the challenges for the fact that it's a lot bigger for her. It's a lot bigger school. She's finding some challenges. But I'm still really proud of her because she's cracking on with it and she's made friends. And I think that's always positive. Thomas is loving his new teacher. He loves being at year 4. He loves it. He's playing football again. He's happy. He really does enjoy school. So, and I'm loving the peace. I'm loving being able to watch TV. I'm catching up on the Call the Midwife because I know the Call the Midwife season 13 is getting filmed at the moment, and I'm nearly at the end of season 12, and I'm getting to watch that. Once I've watched that, and before season 12 comes out, before season 13 comes out, I think I'm going to then go and watch Queen Charlotte on Doodah. I think Netflix. I'm going to watch Queen Charlotte. Finally catch up on the TV series of Queen Charlotte, and then I know Bridgerton's coming out in December, so I want to watch Queen Charlotte first. Quick question: I have yet to read the Bridgerton book that's going to be on the TV. Do I read the Bridgerton book, or do I watch the TV? What do I do first? Do I watch the new TV series from Netflix, or do I read the book first? What do you reckon? Because that's obviously coming out. I want to decide what I'm doing with that. Then I know you guys know, I went to Wokingham with Charlie. Every other month, me and Charlie go to Wokingham and do some book shopping. You'll see the results of that in my book haul. It kind of go a little bit crazier this month. I think I bought like 10 books when we were out. But we didn't just go to Bracknell. We did go to Wokingham. And a couple of the charity shops were closed, unfortunately. So hopefully they'll be open when we go back there in November. November's the month we're going back there. But after that, we had a lovely coffee, and then we went. To Crowthorne and went for a couple of charity shops there, and it knackers me out. But I laugh so much. I had the whole morning with Charlie. You guys know I speak about her in every single video. She is my best friend. She's, other than Chris, literally, she's my favourite. She's one of the best human beings. If you're not subscribed to her, why not? She's frigging literally like the best person in the world. She's up there, right up with my mum, because obviously we lost our dad 14 years ago in October. And Charlie and me have always been close. I will talk, little sneaky peek, there is a video coming up in October on her birthday that's celebrating a certain person. But yeah, she's amazing. We had a great time working. We laughed our heads off. We bought loads of books, and we just had such a good time. I even made her buy books. She wasn't happy with me for that, but we had a great time. And one of the things in Crowthorne, I'll show you obviously all the books at the end, but I found this in one of the Crowthorne charity shops. I got Heroes of Olympus, The House of Hades, and I got it for 60p. And it's part of the Heroes of Olympus series. I'm collecting the whole series, but I'm doing it by charity shop, so I think I've only got 2 more I need. I've got The Lost Hero and I've got The Blood of Olympus. I now need The Mark of Athena and The Son of Neptune. And then I've got the whole series of that. And then once I've got the whole series, I will be reading that. Yeah, this chunky book, and I got it for 60p. I did get quite a few other books, and I'll show you that, like I said, in my book haul, which I'm recording tomorrow, but will be live. It'll be the second video that will be coming out in October. And then the next thing, obviously in the personal that I started chatting about, is that I spoke to my GP a couple of weeks ago, and I obviously know, you guys know I had my phone consultation with the hospital. I had my GP phone consultation the other week, and we're getting me prepared for the winter. So I've got some medication on standby for the winter. I've got some tablets if I need them. She's now promised me that I can get some tablets for my Raynaud's this year to get that under control. She's spoken about all the different things we can do to get me prepared this winter and to stop me having such a bad flare up this winter. I know with chronic pain and nerve damage is that I will suffer, because I suffer from Raynaud's, and chronic pain doesn't like cold weather, doesn't like the damp weather. So it's always the winter months that hit me hard. But this year I'm getting organised. So on the positives, I'm celebrating that I had a lovely chat with my GP. She was absolutely incredible. I had Charlie on standby at the time because my mum was away when that phone call was happening. I had Charlie and my other sister Vicky. I had Chris, and we've got the medication ready for me. We've got a standby route that I will not let me suffer in shame. And I think to say I need help is such a positive thing. To do actions to tackle these things that I know that are going to come up, that is positive, and that's great. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for the support I've had to be able to do that. I've also had the Waffle Girls giving me the support to do that, so thank you all. We'll crack on. At the start of the month, I also had a lovely package from Angela from Reading for Myself. She sent me a lovely little card with 2 books. I'll show you one of them, and a big packet of sweets for the kids, and like a little postcard. But yeah, she sent me this lovely card and that. And one of the books she sent me is a book that I know will emotionally apparently kill me, and that's A Terrible Kindness by Jo Browning-Rowe. And this talks about the horrible thing that happened when Aberfan happened. Now, those of you in the UK might have heard about this, but not the American and people from the globe. In October in 1966, there was a big landslide at a coal mine, and it killed a lot of children, and it basically buried a school in Aberfan, and it killed a lot of children, some teachers, and it was a very tragic event. And this is a book about that event. I think it's a fiction book, so it is fictional, but I'll read the back of it. It basically does talk about that event, and it was a very hard hitting, but apparently I've heard lots of positive things about this book. So yes, it will apparently break me, but it was a very good book. In October in 1966, William Lavery is having the night of his life in Tai-Do. But as the evening unfolds, news hits that the landslide in the coal mine is buried a school in Aberfan. William decides he must act, so he stands and volunteers to attend. It'll be his first job as an embalmer, and one he'll never forget. His work that night will force him to think about the little boy he was and the losses he worked so hard to forget. But compassion will have surprising consequences. But as William discovers, giving so much to others can help us heal ourselves. And I certainly find that I would much rather do other things to help other people. So thank you so much for this, Angela. I really can't wait to read it, but I know it will break me. And the kids said thank you very much for the sweets, because they absolutely loved them. And I've enjoyed going for autumn walks. Me and my friend, one of my other best friends, Helen, we go for a walk every Wednesday, and we do. Sometimes it's longer, sometimes it's shorter, depending on how much my chronic pain is. But it's lovely to go for a walk, to keep exercising. That's something with my health. I need to do walks. Like I said, I have been careful. Sometimes I can do longer than others. But going for the walk, fresh air, autumn leaves, I can't wait to kick the leaves. That's something me and Charlie did as children. And something I'm really going to be doing again this year is something silly, and it's very silly, but to kick all the autumn leaves, to let out any stress, go for a walk, feel the fresh air, go to the lake near me, go up to Bill Hill, that's another place near me, go for walks. I'm going to do that now. They're back at school. I'll go for regular walks and really clear my mind, and really it's very, very good for my mental health. So I'm loving doing that again. So thank you, Helen, for that. So now I thought I'd show you just a few book treats, because maybe a sneaky peek that my book haul's like 35 books, including some of the gifts. may have been a bit slightly crazy. Well, they've been back at school. I'm treating myself for all the hard work of looking after them for 6 weeks, doing that job. So I'm treating myself. That's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. One of the books I did buy when I was out with Charlie, and one of the books I had to show you because it's only £1.50, and that's Reputation by Lex Croucher. It's one of the only Lex Croucher books I've not got. It was one of the series ones. I've got the second and third in the series, which I bought from charity shops, and I bought when we were in London. I've also got the other one, the other way, kind of, oh, what is it? You guys know the one, Gwen and Art Are Not In Love, that one. But I wanted this one so I could start the whole series. I will start these bloody books. I've got all of them now. And this is the first one. I found it for £1.50. Got it off my Amazon wishlist. And that's another treat. Getting books off your Amazon wishlist for like £1 or £2. What more could you want? My Amazon wishlist isn't for the fact that I'm necessarily going to buy the books from Amazon. It's there for you guys to, if anyone ever wants to buy me a gift. But it's also there for a reminder of books that I really want. It's like a list for me to tell me what books I really want. And sometimes if I'm feeling like absolute pants and I can't get a book in Waterstones or charity shops, then I occasionally will treat myself. But I'm not sponsored. I do that. That list is there purely for me to know what I really want, what books are there I want, what books are new coming out that I want, and things like that. But to find a book for £1.50 off that list was good. This is Abandoned by her parents in favour of Seaview. Middle-class Georgiana Ellis has moved to a new town to live with her dreary aunt and uncle. At a particularly dull dinner party, she meets the enigmatic Frances Campbell, a wealthy socialite, an enchanting member of the in crowd. Through Francesca and her friends, Georgiana is introduced to a new world of parties, drunken debauchery, mysterious young men, and with the strangely alluring hands and a sparkling upper echelons of Regency society. Can't wait. Cannot wait to read that. Then another book I treated myself to because I finished one book, which is the first book in this, the Winter Rose series. The first book is The Rose Queen. I read that, I think, last month, and then I wanted the second book because I was so desperate to find out. It's when you read the first book in a series and you have to have the rest of the series. So I treated myself to this from ABE Books for like £3 something or another. It was one of the Asda Special Tickle Pink editions with sprayed edges. It's the second book in the series. Sneaky peek because it will be on my winter books for the winter list. It won't be necessarily December. I think it'll probably be January, February. But my mum's going to read this next, so I need to actually call mum up and tell her. And this is, I'm not going to tell you too much, but it's about Katie, who is in The Rose Queen, and it's the sequel to that, so it's... But yeah, that was my treat to myself. And then lastly, I treated myself the very literally payday. I like to go to Waterstones on payday. That's my little treat. And I had double points. It had a double points weekend, so I decided to treat myself to Learned by Heart by Emma Donoghue. I got a signed copy. I got double points. Look, it's a signed copy. I don't very often pay extra for signed copies, but I did because look at it. I've loved Emma Donoghue's books. There is this one that got raved about by the lovely Jem from Gem of Books, and she raved about it. It's about the infamous Anne Lister, who was one of the first LGBTQI characters in the community, and I got it for £3 off. I got double points, and it was Eliza and Lister have never been this wide awake in their lives, and the slope with its curtain drawn wide, it's bright with starlight. The question Eliza's been needing to ask swells like a great berry in her mouth, and all at once she's not scared to let it out. She's not scared at all, not scared of anything. And this is a mesmerising new novel talking about the heartbreaking true story, and it's the true story apparently of two women whose unlikely relationship will change them forever. Looks stunning. Signed edition. Look at those end pages. If you can see, I kept my receipt because sometimes I keep my receipt, but look at that end pages. It is absolutely stunning. So that was my treat. So, just a quick heads up on some of the things that will be coming on next month's gratitude journal, some of the things that are happening in October. Firstly, I'm going clothes shopping with my youngest sister Vicky because I'm going to get winter clothes, get myself prepared. That'll be a bit of a treat. Then it's Charlie's birthday in October. We'll be going out for a coffee shop the week later and possibly buying some more things. But we're only sticking to Bracknell because it's not every other month. We're sticking to Bracknell. I'm going to buy her a coffee and a cake. That's not counting the fact I've already bought her birthday presents, but you know. It's that. The day after Charlie's birthday, but before we have our trip, the day before Charlie's birthday, before we have our trip, I'm going to my hospital, to St George's, my hospital, to get my device reprogrammed, and it's very emotional. It will be a bit of a triggering day because going up to London always triggers me. But 3 books that I'm really excited about get released that day, the hospital day. I'm buying at least 2 of them that day as my reward for the hospital. Technically, Chris might be buying them for me. I don't know yet. But yeah, I'll be getting 2 books for that. And then right at the end of the month, but I don't know if that's before the next gratitude journal or after, we've got half term and then Halloween, but I don't like Halloween. But yes, so that'll be all be coming up. And I've got some, obviously it's in Victober. Victober's in October. I will be vlogging all of Victober. So the first vlog will be out on the 11th of October, and then it'll be the 18th, 25th and 1st of November. There will be, every Wednesday there'll be a Victober vlog. I will try and stick to it as Victober books wise. I won't be talking about my other books that I'll be reading, but I will be showing you what the kind of things I'll be doing. So you'll be seeing a bit of this gratitude stuff as the month goes on. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you like the Victober vlogs. I've got a couple of other Victober videos related coming up. So I think I'm going to be doing a video about some Victorian authors I like. I'm going to be talking about some of the classics that I plan to reread next year, because that's my goal for next year, is to reread classics and see if there's any other Victober related content. But what are you grateful for in October? Is there anything in particular? Let me know down below. If you got to the end of this video, I'm trying to think of an emoji, because I like doing this new emoji thing. It's actually quite good fun. I think I would like you to do an emoji of something autumn related, like one of the autumn leaves, or like an autumn related emoji in the comments down below if you get to the end. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, not subscribed yet, bring on my ding-a-ling, and I'll see you all soon. Bye bye.